So this is a repeat of what you did on lesson 99. This is evaluating exponents with negative bases, but we've already talked about this. The big difference on this lesson is that it is, they're giving you the variables and you're having to put in the values as opposed to them already giving you the full equation. So the first thing we need to do is replace all these variables with the value that it tells you that they are. So the value of A is -2. So we put the value in parentheses. We're going to square that number. That is times B, which the value of B is -3. Notice how I don't put a operation symbol in between because it's multiplication, and then minus, and the value of B is -3. So I put parentheses around each of the numbers to signify the value, and this is important because remember from the previous time you worked on these, if the exponent is in here, we would square it and then change the sign. Because the value is all together and then it's squared, we are actually multiplying -2 times -2, which is 4. And then we're timesing that by -3, which is -12. We have two negatives in front of the same number, so it becomes a positive. So now we have -12 plus 3, which would be -9. So the key thing is making sure you write it out so that you're including the value of each of these numbers in the right spot so that when you have two negatives, you can make it a positive and you're squaring the right value. Here, B squared, so the value of B is -3. So I put -3 in parentheses. Minus the value of A is -2, so that's squared, and then times -3. So this is looking similar to the previous question, except they just reversed it. So -3 squared is 9, minus, and then here we have -2 squared, which is 4, times a -3. So when we move it down, we get -9 minus a -12. We have two negatives, so we have 9 plus 12, and we end up with 21. So again, you've done this before recently. The key thing is remembering to put the value in the right spot. If you have other questions or can't remember, look back at the video on lesson 99 and you can see maybe a refresher on how to do these if this isn't making sense.